We are on episode 166. Now, granted, I did pick
Yeah.
the point where we were, like, all getting together, and I was like, well, we're probably about 100 episodes in, so here we go. But also, to that effect, we've had 60, this is the 66th episode since I started keeping track, so that's a fair bit of episodes.
Damn, 166?
Roughly. We made a little bit of guessing at that 100 bit, but definitely 66 since we started counting.
At least 67.
Yes, that is actually fairly accurate. So, we have some variety of people here. Some people will be late. Some people will not be here. But we have completed the forging. And who wants to give a proper recap? Or do they want to give it to whatever it is you're going to find today?
I would give the recap, but I came back and we had a giant dog biting the balls of the demon dog, and then there was so much. Cyrus was underneath a pack of, stray dogs. So many dogs. Metadog, Dog Pound, DnD, everybody, you should watch it. And then I also saw, Rosalind was there. He was helping with the forging process. They were hardening and quenching it. And then once they finally got all that done, our boy Thalrak, MLG of not just the year, but of the century, he put it out into the moonlight, from the smashed wall. I can't remember who smashed the wall, but he put it out into the smashed wall, got the moonlight on it, went out, saw Pavernal get his arm bitten off because they were fighting the dog and it became immune to damage, and then, Pavernal, because he was like, oh, it's got a force field around it, stuck his hand inside, cast Burning Hands, lost it, and then after that, it got distracted, it turned around, guess who's there? Pick to the eye. Or, to the gem, but you know what I mean. And then Kromal was running around, and we were like, oh, it's the dog, it's the doggo, it's the boy, just running around. And they were like, bad gem. I can't do a Kromal voice, I'm sorry. And that was poggers. And then once that happened, people were like, "Oh, what should we do?" It's like, don't touch the gem. That's stupid. And then we ended our 9-hour combat. Everyone is tired of dogs and dog hair, and Rosalind broke down in the corner. It was
funniest
great.
part about this, the combat was literally 9 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it was 3 whole. To anyone who was watching us now or is gonna watch us in the future, watch the last 3 sessions over a couple of weeks. It took 3 3-hour sessions, 1 session per phase, which was very apropos for the situation. 9 real life hours. Meta, you are
Or 9 in-game hours.
Yes. It was a long comment. Does everybody remember when that started out of, I would say, tell the recap, except for this thing, and then he just told the recap anyways?
Oh.
So, you can have a D4 inspiration.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I just find it amusing. Like, I'm not going to tell you the recap, and here's why, but it's actually the recap.
I said what I remembered. I also know John Zalva was underneath a pile of dogs and broke out. And then, after the combat, what's the robot from, Rogue One that's like, you are being saved. Please do not resist.
Oh.
It's like, I am injecting you with cancer. Please do not resist. It was great.
And with that, the forging was completed. They have a pickaxe. They have 2 ships at this point. a raging schooner, and a swelling swallow. Both totally not phallic jokes. They are all standing outside of. Let's flip this map thing.
So, clearing a king's
What's
inspiration,
left
I
of?
assume? Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
What's left of forges and orges?
Forges and ores. Oh, shouldn't there be like a million dog corpses laying around outside?
There are no people. Pretend the people don't exist.
We have so many people here. Oh wait, where's Bubblegum? I summoned him on the last round of combat. He's at not Rosalind. Rosalind, you are not a pet. We're not going into that. I don't need that therapy today.
Okay.
There we go.
There, that works. And then I'm just gonna move everybody because they aren't here. They are definitely not out in the streets after all that bullshit you guys were causing.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, what the fuck? It's like we killed a demon. We did it. You killed like 400 dogs. Yeah, but they were terrorizing Emer, weren't they? Right? Someone?
Well, I mean, the current one is pretty scary though, but we killed it.
I don't remember any dogs.
Rosalind's just gonna point inside the forge.
What? There's dogs in there? I
Stop.
don't see any dogs.
Eric is gonna pull out bubblegum.
What?
Well, there's the dog.
Why you pulling out Rosalind's dog?
No, pointing at him because
Oh.
he doesn't see a dog, so.
The inside of the forge is littered with dog corpses, and you have to go after my good boy. Rosalind's gonna hold up bubblegum.
Alvin
You're
will
gonna
be
get like a little
recommending that you depart hastily from what remains of forges and orges before they try and come after you for more money than the deposit that you've already lost on this place of 500 gold.
I'm sorry, you all put money here?
I think we should go.
Let's go.
Oh my gods.
I really think we should go right
Man.
about now. I do not want my dad getting here.
Rosalind is gonna just, be like, all right, yeah, let's go. And the capillary boys are off to see the medic, the wonderful medic of booze.
So where are you guys doing? Heading towards the inn, heading towards the boats? What are you guys doing?
Derek's gotta be going towards the boat. Well, at least Amer's no longer going to be a shortage of meat. Well, I don't know if it ever was, but still, or meat.
Well, the mafia's gone, so fair.
How did dogs form a mafia?
How
Okay.
do krakens get addicted to opium? These things we will never know.
These are mystical creatures, boy! Oh,
Wait, who's saying this? By the way, I need to put Rosalind in front of him.
it's Voltaire.
Voltaire. Oh, Voltaire. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure demons are also mystical creatures. But I mean, and he's pointing at John Zolvo, and he's like, we seem to have one of those right here.
You have
He might
several,
look
I
a
think,
little-
at this point.
We do. We have several like demon-touched people. He's just calling out the guy who's probably still eating a dog corpse with his shoulder.
And also pointed out the person who wasn't here.
Oh wait, John
Yeah.
Zolvo's not here. Damn it.
You're gonna be
Uh,
late.
Then I'm gonna point at. Wait, is Glip 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 here or no?
Nope.
No.
Only on Fridays.
Dang. Okay.
Oh, he wasn't here on Friday.
Are any of our demons here? I don't think so.
No one's here. J Gigs isn't even here. I can't yell at Cairo. No.
You've only got
no,
batteries.
Well, he might look less
Pointing
than
at Derek.
average, but calling him a... That's just
Huh?
that's just a
Pointing-
person.
Pointing at Derek. He's a nerd.
What did he do to you?
He learned magic from a book.
Yes, that's definitely how I learn magic.
How
And
else
I'll roll a
did you learn
deception check.
Yeah, roll a bro. I'm gonna roll the worst insight check because I have a -2. Oh wait, it's a -1. It's intelligence. Oh,
Oh god. Oh
Oh.
god. Okay, I got a +7 to
Oh.
deception, so oh shit.
that is a whole ass shish kebab there right now.
That's supposed
Oh.
to just be a 20.
I have the sudden urge to
Hey,
lie.
but
Oh
no,
my
no, I-
god, everyone's
I-
calling you out. Everyone knows.
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't believe that you learned your magic from a book. Maybe you were born with it. Maybe you worshipped for it. Maybe you sold someone for it. I don't care. But you can use it.
He's
I-
he's a trust fund kid. He didn't have to read.
Of course, I'm a wizard. What else would I be able to cast certain spells like magic missile or fireball or stuff like that? I'm not sure a warlock cast fireball.
Rosalind is gonna start doing the incantations for lightning bolt. It's like, I don't know. I can do it just fine without a book. And he's not gonna fire lightning bolt, but he's gonna do a shocking grasp into the sky. It's like,
I think my brother actually learns his magic from a book. And again, my brother is a nerd. So, but I don't want to call this man who I do not know
Guys-
very well a nerd.
actually, well, to be fair, Derek, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Him scared.
a lot of people, maybe it's not books per se, because like I know a lot of I mean, my sister used to be a wizard. She didn't learn hers from a book per se, but she kind of learned hers from like bards, except she didn't use music. She used like comedy. So maybe
Being a
maybe
bard,
you're just a children's clown, and that's how you use your magic.
No. I do learn from a book. He
Wait,
pulls
wait,
out a black leather comb.
Wait, can I? Okay, you pulling out your black leather tome. Can I make? What role would I make for an insult? Because I just called you a clown in front of everyone. Is that?
I mean,
So you guys can see what looks like
I'm gonna roll
uniformed
persuasion.
officers approaching.
did we not
Look,
leave
can
the
we, like,
area
get
to the
back to check now?
boat?
Oh,
No, they are on their way to the inn to get drunk.
oh no, that would just be Pavernal and Roslyn.
Oh.
I don't. Those two have said that they're going right to the bar.
Yeah, but
Let's go.
Magni
Can
and
I go
Voltaire
with-
What is
and
the rest
Derek
of the
are all
people going?
together.
Actually, can I go with
I
Jimmy's
don't know
check?
where the boat is on the map. So
Over
it's
over
there.
here.
Okay.
Oh, like with Pevernil. Gosh, Pevernil's really the only one he really knows out of the party.
Yeah.
So a bunch of people are safe on a boat.
All right.
Yeah, does it really, Pevernil, does it really
Understand.
matter where I learn my magic from? Whether I'm a wizard or sorcerer or bard or something?
And you
I
get
didn't-
rolled up
I didn't
on
really-
by what amounts to 30 guards.
Well,
I'm sorry. What did you all do while we were sleeping? I kind of bumped into dogs, then I sort of fell asleep.
We killed a bunch of dogs.
How much damage did you do?
We're here to take you under arrest for the destruction of forges and orges.
That wasn't us!
I had nothing to do with this. It was all these three people right here. We are completely innocent. I'm not going to another jail.
We'll sort
not
that
dealing
out. We'll sort that out in front of the
Oh,
judge.
yeah.
Oh gosh, no, not court again. I'm
Sirs,
not dealing with that.
It doesn't us, I promise.
sirs, I do believe that you might want to actually check the forges and orges, however, because there seems to be a little dog problem. There was a demon, like a full
And we had
blown.
been coexisting at
been-
relative peace until you
Yeah.
came along and decided to murder gaggles of dogs. You upset the balance. Many shops burned this night as the dogs took their vengeance.
a single shop that
You
we are
think
aware
yours was the only one that was hit?
of. Probably not. However, we cannot take responsibility directly for those other shops burning. If you would like to talk to the person who
You are
to
coming
start
with
this
us. You
okay.
are coming with us. You will pay for the reconstruction across the city.
Small question. When you refer to you, do you mean me or?
We'll find out who's innocent and who's guilty.
I mean, I can give
No,
you a
I'm
pretty
not
good
going to
estimation
another
of-
trial. I don't want to.
I can give you a
Sorry
pretty good
about the
estimation
one.
of who started the violence. It's a man who's so cracked up on whatever drugs he can get on that he can't see straight.
You mean it, Rob?
Ah, yes, that's allowed.
So where can we retrieve these other parties that were involved?
I don't bloody know. I think that they might have gone possibly down to the undermarket. I cannot be too sure.
Roll deception.
It's fine. Totally don't have a negative in it. I think.
I hope.
Oh,
I got
actually, no.
+7, so I should be the one
I
doing
didn't mean
why.
I didn't mean to roll disadvantage, but 13 nonetheless. Yeah, that's what I thought. A lot of them believe him.
You'll be coming with us now. And you can either
Alrighty.
resist 30 soldiers armed to the
No.
teeth, or you can be taken to jail for the night.
Roslyn is gonna pick up a bubble gum, and Pavernal's not gonna resist because he has one fucking arm.
All right, they're in jail somewhere. Right there.
Leave the lying to me, please. Pavernal?
Hmm?
Leave the lying to me. I'm obviously a better liar.
Oh, really? Then tell me.
Voltaire's
something
been
to
back
lie.
for one episode. Voltaire's back in jail.
Not again.
Tell me two
I
lies.
blame you
and-
for this.
But this time it's not even his fault.
It's not even your fault, and it's because. Oh fuck! Wait, I should have just given him my insurance. Fuck.
We've been good. We haven't done anything in
I
this
have-
continent, and you got us to jail.
This is.
I don't think
li-
your insurance is gonna cover the amount of damage you guys
This
did.
is literally the exact situation on why I wanted him to become an insurance agent in case they had to burn down a building. Exact reason.
Problem is they're blaming us for burning down the entire village, even though only
Yeah,
possibly
no,
a few
we were-
buildings.
We were responsible for a singular building, and that was because we need to save the world. I don't think a lot of guards they take into account, oh well, it's the city, but it's like the world. Who gives a shit about that? We don't
Yeah,
care
pretty
if we
much.
get taken over by demons.
And so over here are all the people who are not there.
I'm not. I'm here. I'm not here.
Oh, hey there, John. Are you ready to play?
Yeah, sorry.
Hell
People
yeah.
got arrested.
Yeah.
We got arrested. I tried to smooth talk the cops. I forgot I had insurance.
I don't think your insurance would have covered it anyways.
I know.
we
I'm
have-
like an American. Insurance doesn't really cover anything.
So we have two options. Either we go to court again, but this time we don't have Jordy. Or we break them out of prison. Or bribe the hell out of that because, let's be honest,
Or-
I don't know how much money we have left.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, we could literally just prove our innocence by being like, "Hey, by the way, Tremius."
That's going to court.
Have we considered just calling Tremius?
I'm not sure Voltaire will last long enough to go to court. He's off his rocker.
Like we know two
I mean,
larger than life people who could vouch for us and just be like, the law. What's
yeah,
that?
but do the guards
Uh,
care? Does the city care?
We could
Oh, well,
absolutely
no, but,
sue
like,
the
we'd be
city
out
for
of here,
allowing
that's the
the.
thing.
We could absolutely sue the city for allowing the dogs to exist in the first place and attack us while we were in the middle of doing our stuff.
That is true. They said that they were living peacefully, and it's like, okay, but why would you allow your citizen to live in such a dangerous environment?
Mm-hmm. Look at the damage the dogs did to the forge.
To the city at
Mhm.
We blew
large.
one wall out after they had already destroyed our deposit.
Oh yeah, no, we
Everything else was the dogs.
Derek, you and I literally both know a whole. Well, my characters do not.
A trial
We
in
have-
front of the gods, anyone?
We have an access to a literal god who will say on our behalf, "Oh yeah, by the way, that's necessary."
don't-
So
Has
Here's
anybody
the
here
thing.
watched Konosuba?
yeah,
There you go. I have
Yes,
the concept.
I've seen season 1.
no, please don't aqua flip for us.
Well, I mean, I'm
Oh,
just saying, like, in
God.
terms of why they were getting assessed, like, that's the guard logic to simplify it down.
like, well, you owe us money, so the gods really don't matter.
I
The only god we truly worship.
So I have no
It's
idea
cat.
what you're gonna do, but yeah, that's their logic is you instigated the thing that caused the destruction of the city. They don't really.
We
care.
didn't.
They
It
need
was
a
literally
scapegoat.
just. It was literally in.
Yeah, I didn't say it was
Icarus.
reality, but general perception does not equal reality.
Not only that, but guards aren't paid to be investigators. Investigators are paid to be investigators.
If you're
Guards are
missing
paid
your
to arrest people.
investigator-
Hey, Icarus, do you want to like sell yourself out and then just dimension door out of there?
Akrath does not know Dimension Door.
I'm out of spell slots and haven't had a long rest, remember?
Just like.
Yep.
Okay,
Warlock
there,
only have
Warlock.
two-
You'll...
I can
Okay,
only
there,
bring out
Warlock. You need a short rest.
Also, I mean, this is
Oh,
a
yeah.
world of magic and sorcery. Jail cells would 100% be under no magic.
Or at the very least, they'd have cells that are.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
the
yeah.
arcane city, guys. Remember,
Yeah.
that's the city's
This is
title.
Ymir.
To you, they would recognize anyone who has magic in their jail system and would prepare appropriately.
I'm gonna make a problem.
Now, the big
I
thing
think
we're
that's
forgetting
magic.
is that Alvin may not be here right now. Like Dragonheart's not here right now, but his parents live in this city. So worst case scenario, all Alvin has to do is be like, "Hey, mom and dad, I gotta go to court," and they'll be like, "Hold on, what the fuck?"
And then we lose Alvin for the rest of this arc.
We thought.
Yeah, that's fine.
we thought we raised you better than this.
We thought we raised you to be in better company than this. It's like, Mom, I'm trying to save the world, but does that save you from your duties as a son?
Yeah, actually, mom and dad, it does.
Actually, though, real quick to delineate this out of character, none of you on the boat know that they've been arrested, and we are currently at you guys discussing.
And we
who's
gave them
made it
the
back to
wrong
boat.
place to look, by the way. Pavernal was trying to save you guys from
So
getting arrested.
Voltaire, Pavernal, Derek. I think
Magni.
Magni,
Magni.
Yeah, I'm
Victor.
just speaking on the context of when we find out.
Yeah.
Well, they were gonna get drunk for the night, so, like...
We're gonna
That's
move, we're
if
gonna
we
move
find
along.
out.
We're gonna move along. We
sorry,
are on the
sorry.
boat. You people are here. You guys have left the destructive scene. You know nothing except that those three went off to go get drunk for some reason, and nobody stopped them, and you were on the boat.
Well, I hate to say, but we should probably long rest because most of us don't have very much health or spell slots left. And if we're not aware of the party being arrested, then we wouldn't be aware of the party being arrested.
Yes.
And we wouldn't know any better.
So
Yeah.
if you all agree, you wake up after a long rest, and those three still have not returned.
Okay, did anyone wear where tall one and tall two and little guy with the bow are.
Let me go take a look. I can do some investigation to find out where the fuck they are.
Thank you, Marks.
But since they probably know this look, I proceed to start taking my clothes off. And I'm
It's
going to
getting
put
hot
on...
in here.
what would be for a disguiser kit? Just charisma?
Does I think there's a thing for that. I would say deception, probably. I don't know. I don't know character.
Yeah, so there's a tool check that you can make with tools and kits and like poisoners and deception kits or disguise kits, and you have to set an ability to use.
No, we're gonna go with deception.
So, yeah, so that would be charisma.
Charisma.
Yes. Not bad.
So I'm just in normal attire for an elf, completely different from what I looked before.
All right.
Okay, I think we should go take a look. Or I should, at least. Anyone else gonna join me?
What are we looking for, and would it help if you had a woman with you?
Are you good at looking? Do you have eyes?
That is actually... Well, yeah, I mean, like, yeah, obviously I do, but am I good at looking? We're just gonna say shrug.
Alvin is
Like
gonna
this.
suggest that he stays behind because he's the one who signed the contract for the place, so they definitely know
seems
who
good.
he is.
Yeah. Keep in mind, Meta, I've been wearing a mask as well as hood, so the only thing they have off of reference is my height, which is not good.
Well, they don't know basically any of you. They know Alvin because he made the deal. So, and they know them because they caught them out in the streets. Like, it's yeah. You guys
Better
were you
safe
got,
than sorry, anyways.
yeah. You guys, yeah. I'm just saying. So you don't need to worry too much about that. But yes.
I think in that
I
case,
mean,
Shraga.
who knows? Who knows who was with Alvin as well, though? Who
Oh, they
saw
do
with Alvin.
recognize Ikarath though, or would.
Ikarath is kind of hard to miss, yeah.
Well,
I
you
think-
also are the one who instigated the whole thing. Like as far as
No,
the
no. The dog
As far
instigated
as-
the
as
whole
far-
thing. The dog drew blood
well, yes.
first.
Well, I'm not
But yes,
speaking from the
everyone
perspective
would
of the
know
villagers.
Ikarath.
No, I mean,
Ikarath-
I mean, going off of that, and
I feel like
technically
Ikarath would be
speaking,
below decks
Oh, yeah,
right
that
now,
would be
and
why they would
everyone
have
would be forcing
Rosalind.
him to.
the initial confrontation, they would know quite a few people.
Only
who
the
fought
main
dogs.
characters, because they remember they all fled into the houses after that first round, and the only people involved in that first round were Ikarath, Rosalind, and I feel like there was one other person.
Shraga was also petting the dog. He just didn't
Shraga.
crit fail. So Shraga has to stay as well. So I guess
Yep.
I can send Bargain, but Bargain is being all moody and up in the crow's nest right now.
Bargain didn't have a good time.
Well, Marks is also still going to be safe. Because if people start associating
Yeah.
the group, then
Yep.
we run into issues.
So
Yeah, we
you-
might want to have a Mark solo mission right here, because
Yeah. Marks, do you want to roll investigation?
Yeah, I will take a look around the city. Bye.
You hear rumors about a group of so-called adventurers who broke the peace with the hounds. There were a lot of establishments, a lot of not military, like police style establishments. You know what I mean? Like guardhouses. That's what would be the word for that. Guardhouses burned to the ground. You have several places like blacksmiths across the city were burnt to the ground. A lot of nobles were assaulted in their beds and killed, and general destruction in that they had caught 1, 2, 3 of. Let's figure out. Okay, so we got Alvin, Ikarath, Shraga are all implicated. So 6. They've got 3 of the 6 people involved. And they're being held in the prison in the second, I think it's second to last ring. Let me check real quick. Oh yeah, second to last ring. The upper ring.
Okay. We're still on the boat map.
Yeah. No, I let's flip that over. Emir.
Do I hear which nobles got slain, like which families, or?
They were lesser nobles. The upper nobles were able to hold them off. It was only the people who didn't have the resources to defend their holdings that were murdered.
Okay. So in the second upper ring, you said, correct?
Yes.
Marks is gonna go find out if there's visitation allowed.
There is not normally visitation allowed in the jail cells.
He's not gonna bring up any names, but
That you would have to sign in who you were there to see.
well, he would have asked if there was visitation, and then if they would have said
Their
no, then
visitation, for some, depending on the crimes they have committed, but you have to register your visit at least 24 hours in advance, and you have to be specific about who you're seeing and what time period you're going.
okay. I will thank him and may come back with some documentation.
All right.
And I head back to the boat.
All right.
By the way, have we hit summer yet?
Sure.
I mean, technically, it's only been 2 days.
Yeah.
No, I know, but we're like on the edge between spring and summer, so
Yeah, sure. It can start to be summer, but it's also roll perception and nature, and then give me the average of 2 rolls. Everybody.
Alright,
I don't
Go
think
on,
the
scroll.
arrested people should, right?
No, yeah. You guys are inside, so you guys wouldn't notice.
We're in the jail.
mhm.
So yeah, nobody knows shit. At least the people that rolled.
I'm working on it. Those weren't supposed to be at advantage. Sorry. Shraga got an average 20.
Shraga, it is on. The sun's rays are unbearable for some reason. It is hot. You feel like your skin is going to burn. Like not like set on fire burn, but like that
Sunburn,
feeling
yeah.
when it's way too hot and you're like, God damn it, this is gonna be awful tomorrow. That feeling.
sunburnt.
That seems unnatural.
Okay, so I'm going to walk back up on the boat.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the idiots got imprisoned.
I did what now?
Not you, idiot. The other idiots.
Oh, yeah, alright.
What do we do now?
So at the moment, from the rumors that I heard, they captured half the people that were involved. So we're not all on their radar.
Raug. No.
Did you happen to find out if they have like identifying posters for who they're still looking for?
Would
Not
I
yet.
have seen anyone? No.
It's too
There's
quick.
no wanted posters.
Yeah, it would
as
take
of
Did you
time.
yet.
hear rumors about who they're still looking for and blaming of this?
Roll investigation again.
Well, he would assume Alvin at the very least would be one of them.
Yeah, so you didn't hear anything, but I mean, you guys can make your conjectures because
Yeah.
logic.
Well, I didn't see any wanted posters, and I didn't hear much about who. But going off of based off of what happened, I would assume Alvin would be one of them, since, he's the one who signed the contract and all. The other two, though, I don't know who they're after.
Well, I can't be saying that, like, for sure, we should not threaten them to jailbreak or bail, but perhaps we should move the party and the boat out of the docks, and maybe there's a nice cove a couple minutes down the shore. We could put ducks there and set up guard to see if they come storming after us.
We can definitely do that if there's no objections.
Hey, I mean, what are we gonna try to get him out of prison?
Oh yes, I'm not saying we leave our companions just to rot and rot and rot. I'm just saying that maybe to prevent all of us from going to jail and rot, we move the boat so that way we can maybe not be all arrested all at once.
Move freely.
Or maybe just one of the boats, and then we'll leave another when we figure out who is not wanted by the city. The people who are not wanted can stay on the schooner, and everyone else can come with me on the Swallow. For I imagine that even if I am not wanted, maybe my boat shouldn't be associated with the people, as that can cause problems. I believe you me.
That would cause problems. So yeah, maybe we should take the one boat. I will stay with.
Yes, I feel like you're a good point man for other boat. Maybe some of the other people, like the saintly young man, he could probably stay with you because, like, who can be made followers of Lathendra? They're so pleasant.
Oh my god. You said what everyone's been thinking this whole time.
I'm sorry? Is Lathendra not lovely person and great god of much beneficence and magnificence? I was under an impression that she was a very lovely person, and people who follow her, like that young man, Kellyan, is very, very pleasant.
Man,
I've never met her, so I wouldn't be able to say.
Yes, I have never met Momoa either, but you just you do not say, "Oh, it's so pleasant that Momoa," because he is as unreadable as the sea. Whereas Lathendra's whole thing is like, I'm a nice person. It's like her whole thing, I thought.
Morden is what? Morden's he's tough and he's a worker, and that's about it. He's not really nice to us. He's just kind of it's like if your kid falls in the dirt, you just tell him to grow up instead of picking him up and being nice. You just like, grow up, kid.
Yes, he is more like tough uncle who lives in same town as you and is very successful businessman. He does not care unless you have proven yourself, kind of thing. Is that not correct?
I'd say it's mostly accurate.
Yes, you see, when you sail very many times, there's not as many people on this journey as there just was. And so my sailors and my passengers, they tell me things, and oftentimes they tell me of their god. So I have little bit of knowledge of everything, but I have no way of knowing if knowledge is correct.
Well, I guess some people go stay on here, and then the schooner will stay at port.
this is awkward.
It is going to sound like it. So this is planned currently. Now people who come with the Swallow, they can of course make their way back to town. We will only be a few minutes outside of the town, but you have to walk through the gates. Which, if you ended up being wanted, is not so great. If they know to expect you. But I think Bargain and Jinzalva, who were not, they were up the alley. They weren't even visible when this whole thing started. And then everybody, like, so Meta, correct me if I'm wrong, but basically just the people who are right there clearly in a group together are going to be kind of popularly wanted because everybody heard what we were
Yeah.
going to do as a group and nobody was really looking
Well, the only
when we
people
actually walked
who
down
were
to the
around the
forge.
dogs, as you guys would recall, the only people that were around the dogs were Shraga and Rosalind, and the person who shot the dog, the first dog, when
Mhm.
everybody fled, was Ikarath. Alvin signed the lease, and that, I mean, after that point where that dog was shot, everybody immediately went indoors.
Right, but then afterwards when we actually showed up to Forges and Orges to do it, everybody had heard that we were going to be doing that stuff and nobody
Yes.
really was like taking notes of who we were because they were all hiding from the dogs.
Yeah,
So
no, there was
we
nobody.
technically
The
really
streets were
wouldn't
deserted.
have been, yeah, we would not have been really observed as a party. They would just know that there
Correct.
were a bunch of us and the people who were observed to clearly be doing stuff.
Correct.
So in reality, the majority of our party should be able to walk free.
Correct.
As
Or
long as we
freely
stay in
amongst the
small
city.
groups.
Yes, and we don't talk about our companions being in jail and shit like that.
Yeah. Correct. That is correct.
Oh, my friend Pavernal's in prison. Yeah, wonderful guy. But you know, he kind of got his arm ripped off, so he's very noticeable.
Immediately gets arrested.
I got arrested. I don't know why. I don't know why. They just hate me.
Well, because you were with
cops-
Rosalind, who was a first party identifier, and because and then you were assumed to be part of the group that was with them because you were with Rosalind, because Rosalind was one of the initial ones.
Profiling because Rosalind's tall, isn't it?
And it's profiling because Rosalind tried to pet a dog. There's really nothing works out well for Rosalind when Rosalind tries to be nice.
Every single time that Rosalind tries to be cool and is like, oh, you know, I'm here for you guys. Anytime that he waves, fight. Anytime that he tries to speak to people, fight. He's just doomed to be an asshole if he wants to not have people get hurt anymore.
That's true.
That's literally what happened to the French.
Yeah. So, what's the plan here as we continue on?
I might be able to go in for visitation, but
Conjugal
they
visit?
might not let me in as well, because they'll only let some people visit some prisoners. I could lie my way in, but I don't think that'd be useful.
Does Emir have a newspaper? Sure.
That is true. We could try to do a
Called
like.
Emir's Femur.
Don't like that. We could try to do a campaign for their release. Like we could totally drum up the idea that those dogs were evil and the authorities were just letting them live amongst us and spread rumors how they were kidnapping babies and people were starting cults to sacrifice to the dogs and stuff like that. And these strangers showed up apparently on a mission from God or multiple gods and fucking took them all out, and now the city is free from their terror. So it's really, they should be definitely set free without any sort of trial, because it's people like the nobles who got killed, who got involved with the dogs in the first place. We could try to run like a counter campaign like that.
I do need to ask you one thing. That's close enough to the truth that I'm not really sure why you don't just tell the truth.
No, I'm not saying we lie about it. I'm just saying we could, like, instead of like waiting for this to go to court again, or trying to sneak in to see them, or break them out or something, we could just incite unrest, or we just incite unrest in the city to the point where they're like, okay, maybe we shouldn't bother taking
Or
this.
see
to
if
court.
Alvin's pocketbooks can just clear. I mean, it's not like they're in jail forever. Like, they did say that it was a fine.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is that we're assuming that these people are like the dwarves who just want to murder us. When in reality, we did kind of cause a scene. Or at least we were a part of a
Alvin's
scene.
got deep pocketbooks. I mean, might be able to pay out.
Yeah, but I don't want to dig into those pockets when he's not here.
That's true.
Yeah, if Dragonheart was here right now, I'd be like, dude, you should just go talk to whoever the mayor is here as the mayor of Safe Falls and set up some sort of
bet you if we
trade
pinged
agreement
him-
that's totally in their
It's
favor.
It's Noah though, so like, I bet you if you guys did get, I mean, you don't have to kill a shot, but if you did go, I bet you if you pinged him, you get a pretty fast response.
I mean, he said he was going to be late, not that he wasn't going to be here at
True.
all.
True.
Hey, Meta, I'm really sorry, but I have to go. Something just came up.
That's fine.
Oof.
Rip, hope it goes well.
Yep. So, what are we doing at this point?
I mean,
I mean,
Callion's
Kinda
not here.
stalling.
Callion's not here. We could go try to murder Eduardo.
Yeah,
That would get you a
true.
third
Fine.
vote.
So Alvin has been staunchly against that because he wants to make sure it gets done correctly, and he's not involved with it. So if we just kind of are like, well, let's just go.
You
for
did
it.
ship Alvin off.
Already in
You could have said,
Tell
wait,
Marks.
you could have shipped Callion off to the other ship to
Yeah.
keep an eye on those rapscallions, because look at who you put together on the boat aside from Alvin.
Well, I mean, it's Shraga's boat. He's not gonna instigate anything
Yeah,
crazy
but
or
Ikarath
anything
and
like that. But
Glip
Ikarath,
Club.
yeah, no, and I if we tell Callion, like in character, if somebody tells Callion, look, Ikarath technically was the cause of all this. Make sure he doesn't do anything. You know what he's like. You've been through this before. Make sure he doesn't
Oh
do
yeah, he 100%
jack
did
shit.
that.
He would definitely be like, I understand, and for Lathandra's sake, I will fucking watch him. So he won't necessarily know. And I mean, honestly, we could just go kill Eduardo and say he happened to just get, fucking caught by the dogs or something like that, and he hasn't been seen since
And
that
you get
night.
a whole nother boat, and then you have 3
And
boats.
we get a whole nother boat. Nobody knows necessarily what happens to Eduardo, and even Alvin is like, hold on, I didn't sanction that. What happened? And we're just like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, Marks doesn't know that Eduardo's in town yet. Because if Marks knew, he wouldn't be a part of the campaign right now.
I thought we all knew Eduardo was in town, though.
We
I
knew that
decided
he's-
that Marks didn't hear. He wasn't paying attention. Because
So-
otherwise, Marks would be going after for the kill.
Well, that's what everyone wants to do. Maybe.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is Marks would go in disregards to anything.
Yeah.
Marks would
Maybe-
just completely drop everything and go.
just be like, oh, we gotta kick his ass.
So what's the plans?
Personally, I
Golf.
like the idea of starting a counter campaign to just make the common folk be like, yeah, no, we can't fucking arrest the people who murdered the mafia dogs that were eating orphans and shit like that. And like, I don't know if that's true, but we could definitely start that rumor. And if it goes well, then fucking,
Can you shrink my
wahoo.
token?
Yes.
I love how it literally went from like, we can start a protest, and maybe they'll be like, oh, well, that's fine. Yeah, those are some fine people right there too. We need to make the public think that the dogs were eating people.
And there's no evidence that they weren't, but they were led by an evil crystal being. So,
They were led by a demon. I think
and
that
I
would be
guarantee
enough.
you, in a city of this size, sometimes children just go missing and stuff like that. It's not a safe world out there. So if we could just be like, yeah, you had an entire enclave of evil dogs living in town, and you're telling me you don't know where your niece went? Yeah, okay.
Okay, Mr. Skeptic, we know where they went, but you don't. And it's like, we actually kidnapped the child.
Well, no, so that's the beauty of it, is that we didn't do shit. We showed up, and like one of our more innocent members just went to pet a dog. Like you would do anybody would be willing to pet a dog, right? And the dog fucking went nuts and bit him, and one of our party members overreacted, granted, and then that caused a literal army led by a hell beast to attack us while we were doing the work of the gods.
We,
And I
we were doing
feel
the
like-
work of Flitz. Indeed.
That was not Flit. We're not bringing Flit in.
I know I'm not. I know that it wasn't Flit. I'm bringing him into this because that plot line just got like smothered into the dirt, and I'm like, It's like, bro.
You were
So a
first in-
campaign is going to take time for everything to start kicking off.
Mm-hmm.
So in the meantime, we can take over Eduardo's ship. Since
Yeah, I mean,
how many people here at the moment?
Do we want to go take down Eduardo?
Take that,
Can we just
Eduardo.
allocate? No. Wait, no. Alvin can't go in town. Fuck.
yay, Noah.
You know what? The bail option has just become on the table again.
The what option?
The bail.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hey,
Dragonheart,
by the way,
3 of them got arrested. We don't know how much they're in for.
It wasn't my fault this time.
But he is, in fact, arrested. Voltaire is again. Oh, and you may not have his voice on. Wait, no, now we can hear you.
Sorry.
No, he was just taking in a lot right there. We dumped a lot on him as soon as he dropped into the call.
That's what
Sorry,
happens
Dad.
when all the people who are the voice of reason in all of the parties are all absent all at the same time.
Painful.
Okay, so I'm guessing, is this like the next day that this happens?
Yeah, there's been a long well, so what happened is you guys, after you left the Iron Market, and Forges and Orges, most people went off to go to the ships to, because as Alvin, I would imagine, would do, would say, guys, like, we should get back to the ship before, like, they come back and try and take even more money besides the deposit we've already lost. Because I figured that was something Alvin would say. So most of you guys went back to the ship. But Derek, Pevernil, and Voltaire went to go get drunk at the
Rosalind.
Midland Inn.
And Rosalind.
Oh, and
the big
Rosalind.
boy.
And Rosalind
Boy.
went to go get drunk at the inn. Were intercepted by guards. Rosalind was recognized as being one of the people who started this war against the dogs, and like, hey, yo, yeah, not only did you fuck up the forts, like a whole bunch of shit around the city burned down, a lot of like minor nobles were killed, like it was a full on, like we had a peace. It wasn't great, but we had a peace with these dogs, and you broke it, and oh my god, the shit that's happened, and you're being taken to jail, and you're gonna have to pay for all the damage that you've caused through this uprising. And they were toted off to jail. And
we were actually about to go raid Eduardo.
Yeah, they were talking about killing Eduardo to get a third ship.
Okay.
It's a lot.
All right, so that's what I come back to. Freaking lovely.
Sorry, Dad.
Okay.
Oh, also, Shraga was pretty sure he was going to be fingered for this if the guards came looking for the harbor, or in the harbor for the party. So he took all of the really highly identifiable people like Ikarath, and he sailed his ship down out of the docks into down here. So technically, we sent Alvin with him because Alvin's name was on the lease, so he's identifiable. So it's just a couple more walks or a couple of minutes to walk into the city, but like we'll have some notice if the guards fucking try to come down here and arrest us.
Yep. A lot has happened.
And we didn't want to just pull money out of your pocket.
Yeah.
So we are now going. Alvin is going to wake up to find most of the party has. Several members of the party are arrested, and he's not going to be in a good mood. I'm telling you this right now.
Oh, we thought so, yeah.
Information provided by Marks.
Yeah, so we long rested in the night, and then that's when in the morning Marks was like, I'm gonna go into town all disguised and shit like that so nobody knows it's me, and I'm gonna find out what happened to the guys who went drinking. And that's when he found out that they got arrested, and the guards are still technically looking for the rest of us.
And several lesser nobles were murdered
Yes.
by dogs. So we were going to frame Eduardo's death via dogs.
Yeah, because there's not a lot of us here today. We were like thinking, well, in the meantime, some of us could go murder Eduardo and then be like, oh, he disappeared the night. A lot of people got murdered by dogs. Because that way Alvin wouldn't be even involved.
Yep. Sorry, I'm like going through all of my characters because I have so much stuff that I have to turn off on everything.
Yes, but can
And
you take an entire crime syndicate? Because remember, Eduardo wasn't killed. His troops weren't murdered. I mean, a few were, but not many. He just picked up and left all of his organization on one ship.
I mean, that just means we have to sink his ship while and sneak up to his ship and put a hole in the bottom of it, preferably a spectacular one, and then just single him out as he tries to swim ashore.
But then you don't get the boat, which was the purpose for the killing.
I mean, that was Shraga's idea. Shraga's not here right now. The only character of mine who's over there is Bargain, and Bargain heard that we have to kill somebody.
Sounds like a plan.
I think that you're about ready to get the taste of dog balls out of your mouth with some nice fresh blood.
I never had the taste of dog balls in my mouth, and also you don't know that was Bargain. That was an accident that you guys learned that.
I know.
And only your characters know that.
I know. I just thought that was funny.
Yes, I know. I'm just displeased with how I handled that as a player.
You did.
And how poorly I rolled.
Okay. So, I was just getting everything fixed because I have so much stuff to reset on all these characters. All right. So, this is the information that is given to Alvin upon waking up. So, you're telling me that nobody thought to... Oh, dear.
Stop you right there. The second you said nobody thought, it's like, didn't.
All right. So we're wanted, and in my hometown, where my parents are most likely being held captive for actions.
Have I heard anything
that,
about Alvin's parents?
Also, Alvin, what's your budget? What's your remaining city money?
7th. What's in there right now?
8,000. Okay, that's where you keep it.
So 2,250 gold in protected reserves, 5,846 in city reserves, 4,725 was given to Callian, which I believe 4,025 remains in his possession.
Okay, so then I know how. Okay, yep, I'm making it's reasonable. Go ahead.
Okay.
Did I hear anything about his parents while I was out?
No, they are not being held.
Okay, well, too bad I'm not on the other boat to relay that they're not.
Well, I mean, you probably would have. He probably would have asked you before you guys split.
So,
Or, I mean, he can just walk over to the other boat.
That's true.
Like, we're only keeping the really, really problematic people in Callian on the Swallow.
Yeah.
so we could just say that Alvin was on the other boat the entire time. Correct on that, since he wasn't here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
So lesser nobles have died.
Yes, and in regards to your parents, I haven't heard anything,
All right.
which is usually a good sign.
So has it been posted how much is the payment requirement?
Not as of yet. There's no wanted posters either at the moment.
It's only
Well-
like noon right now.
So it should be pointed. At least the lucky thing is 500 gold should cover the entire cost of the forge, regardless of its destruction. That's why I went with the higher payment in the end.
So the fee would be for the rest of the town that they're pinning on us.
Precisely. Because the forge is smaller than the forge church that I built in Seyfall, so. And the Swords Church costs 1,200.
Your contract, I mean, you would have reviewed it. You're an investigator, and you've been with litigation. No matter the amount of damage, the 500 gold is what you owe.
I already paid it up front.
Yeah. So,
So-
no. So I'm saying you would know that's clear.
Oh, yeah.
Well, who would we need to speak to? Because at this point, I think I'm gonna have to be liaison, because if you go into town, the guards are probably just going to arrest you.
You would need to speak to.
Mayor Hufflebottoms.
Yes, the mayor would be the one you need to speak with.
Okay, I guess I'll
Wait,
have to set up.
Hufflepuffs or bottoms?
We're gonna continue.
Sorry, I had to.
I guess I'll have to set up a meeting then.
I mean, you could also probably go to the prison and ask about those and what the fine is. Those specific people. I mean, that's always an option.
Yeah, but I also run the risk of asking the wrong question and getting arrested.
That's true.
So I think setting up a meeting with the mayor to try to pay for damages would send a better message than, hey, prison guard, begin negotiation. Now, where would I have to go to try to set up a meeting with the mayor?
You probably need to have a connection to one of the big four houses. To get an audience with one of those, you'd probably need to know some of the lesser nobles to get in there. For the lesser nobles, I mean, you could maybe get in with some money changing hands. Alvin would know that anyways. Having grown up here.
Well, would Alvin have any connections to begin with? Since,
I don't know who's his family.
The Dravania family?
Yeah, I don't remember what they are in the city.
They're not mages, or they're mages. They're not.
My mother
nobles.
is a teacher of magic, and my father is a enchanter.
Okay, so in this city, they're, blue collar, so no, they don't really have any ends.
I mean, a teacher of magic, I would assume. I guess not in this city.
Yeah,
In
this
other
city,
cities,
it'd be
maybe.
like U.S. teacher pay, honestly. That's how I'm imagining it.
You'll need to buy your way in with the lesser nobles.
Well, I can try the prison guard, but there's no guarantee, and don't have a means of easy escape. If it comes down to it.
Do you require funds to buy your way in with the lesser nobles?
That's probably the route we'll have to go.
Very well.
The last thing we want to happen is me ending up in prison.
Oh dear. Well, yeah. You can take what I have in gold on me at the moment.
Okay, I'm not gonna write that down. You can just
How much is it?
go mine.
937 gold pieces.
Okay.
I'll be returning the funds to you in the end, so any expenses we do with the nobles, we'll just deduct from you.
And how much is Callion carrying? That's what I
4,025.
thought. Okay. Continue.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to figure out what lesser nobles are still alive to begin with.
There's Peter Puffin stuffs.
Do I have options, or is he just the option?
He is the option that you have investigatively found. We could give you another one, but
I feel like Alvin could probably whip something up to get an audience with one of the nobles if he fucking has like a seal of Sayfalls and stuff like that. Like if the city of Sayfalls is reaching out
That's
to somebody in
true.
another city,
Yeah.
I feel like that's a decent message buy-in.
that's fair.
To get to at least one the higher nobles as well.
Depending on what the
If not
missive
the mayor
was,
himself.
I mean, maybe he wants to establish trade.
Do you want me to write something up? Because I can do that.
I mean, it will probably help.
Very well. All right. Yeah, so I'll write up a in the letter of trade for between Sayfalls and this place
All right.
and Emir.
You now have that.
So there's 4 great noble houses, you said, correct?
Yes.
What are my options?
Let me get my notes up. And by which I mean I need to write down notes. There we go. Here's some houses.
Okay. Do any of the houses are known for anything?
Figgis is known for their vineyards. Starch is known for their restaurants. Broco is known for its military strength, and Dralton is known for strange and exotic creatures. In fact, Shraga would have probably dealt with Dralton in the past quite a bit.
And he is not going to tell anybody that because he doesn't want to sour his business deal, both past and future, with Dralton, because he doesn't want Dralton realizing he was involved in this whole big mess
That's a good
and
call.
have them
What was
being
Figgis
pissed
again?
at him.
Figgis was
Vineyard.
vineyards.
Venues?
Vineyards.
How the hell do you spell? Okay, thank you.
Vineyards.
Vineyard.
Okay, so I don't think Braco would be a good option here. Probably Starch.
All right. So how are
I
you
think he
going
might
to go
be our
about
best
doing
friend.
that?
God, I don't know. Well, first things first, I need to figure out where I can locate him or a family member.
Well, they have lots of restaurants all across the town,
Okay, I'm gonna go to one of the restaurants.
and demand to speak with the manager.
I'm gonna be a Karen.
So how do you? Welcome to Start Shows. Can I help you?
Hi.
Can I have you seated?
I'm actually not here to eat. I'm actually here looking to speak to one of your someone in management.
And may I ask what that's concerning?
I'm actually looking to speak to one of the it was Bronco, I said. No, Starches. In the end, I have a letter from the mayor of Safe Falls.
Can I see the letter?
I'll show the seal, but I will not hand it to her.
That shows addressed to whatever the fuck I named that mayor. Mayor Hufflebottoms. Not to Starch.
Unfortunately, I do not have direct contact with the mayor. That's why I'm looking to speak to Starch so he can pass on the message.
It feels like you could put it through the city post.
Unfortunately, time is of the matter.
Well, what makes it worth my while?
I'll put 10 gold.
She'll take it and direct you back to the kitchen. He's back there in the office.
And I'll go to the office.
Juilliard.
Juilliard?
Yep.
Juilliard Starch?
Yep. And so his office door is closed, but you do see a light on.
I will knock.
Who's bothering me?
My name is Samuel Harvestna. May I speak?
I
Or
believe
may I
you
come
are
in?
already speaking.
May I come in?
I suppose.
I'll let myself in, and I'll take.
It's a very
I will not take-
opulent room.
So, you are the owner of this establishment?
I wouldn't be here if I was not.
So you must be one of the Starches then, if I'm correct?
Well, if you don't know who I am, then why are you even here?
I'm currently trying to pass on a letter to the mayor, and it's time sensitive.
What's in the letter?
From my understanding, it is a trade agreement from the mayor of Safe Falls.
And what purpose would we have to be our mail carriers?
This can be a good relation between Safe Falls and...
But that appears to be a trade agreement for Hufflebottoms and not for Starch.
I mean, Starch can definitely get in on this since you guys own a restaurant.
Where's the contract? Hi, Art guys, how you doing?
And he went mute.
I was just saying hello to people. So, but yeah, he says I don't see an agreement there for trade with Starch. I don't see how that benefits me.
Well, this document isn't an agreement either. This is something that's going to be done post letter. It's...
So you expect me to take you on faith, someone I've never met before. Starches didn't get where they were by accepting promises for payment.
What would it take for you to deliver this letter? Enter thinking phase.
Mm-hmm. He's thinking. He's pondering. We'd like a license to set up 4 restaurants in Safe Falls. Tax exempt for 5 years.
How far is the boat from us, from where I am?
A ways. Like
I'm trying to find out if I'm in message range.
I'm guessing like 5 miles.
that'd be a no. Okay. Do you mind giving me 10 minutes? I will return with an answer.
I've got
I just need
nothing
to
else
send a
to do
message
but to
out.
manage my restaurant today.
I will be back in a short time. I just need to send a message.
And he just kind of waves you off dismissively.
I will get into range to send a message and pass on an arrangement for restaurants in Safe Falls.
Alvin? Dragonheart?
I mean, that could be a good thing, though. It's not like you're gonna lose out on income, yes, but it's also gonna be a reason for more people to come in to Safe Falls.
Yes, but it's also I need to. They're most likely going to request me to pay the upfront to build the business for them, won't they?
I mean, they haven't requested it yet, so
What's going on?
we can enter
guys?
some. I can say that it's something that you guys can discuss.
Okay.
Because they're nobles, so they would have money to spend. So I don't see why they would make you build everything.
Alvin's skeptical about everyone because everyone wants me to do everything.
Just try to write it in an agreement that you are not responsible for the construction of the restaurants.
Yeah, I could write that down. Um. Hold on.
So while we're thinking here, we're gonna flip over to the jail. Does anybody remember? You guys got arrested in Dweeport, so we're gonna reuse that jail.
Yep. Oh, we're all in this together.
God, I'm not
Surprisingly,
good
the
at
first
politics.
prison. Surprisingly, the first prison we've ever needed. So, prisoners, please bring yourself up to the prison place.
Prisoners.
Jordy's dead, so he doesn't need to be here.
Oh, now you made me sad.
And then Voltaire and Rosalind.
you-
Nope, Rosalind, you're in a separate cell.
Okay.
And Derek is in this cell. And this is where all the cells that you guys are in, you guys can see each other and such.
Without the extra bulk of that stupid arm, I might be able to escape.
Hey, small question. Do we ever get to, like, be out and see the other prisoners?
You have not been. This is just noon the next day, so not a lot has happened since then.
If I know, Rosalind, can either of you play an instrument?
Did they allow me to keep my bow but not my arrows?
No, they took anything that could be remotely considered a weapon.
Which they had to have been like, I guess it's not that big of a deal. Like we have to because it's protocol. But like, what's he gonna do with a bow and one arm?
Oh, I was gonna play it like God, what is it called? It's I can't remember. He was
Double
just gonna
bass.
play it. Yeah, he was gonna play it like a single string double bass.
Yep.
Oh wait, hold up. They didn't take my magic, so can Rosalind use prestidigitation to make
No
faint
magic
music?
cells.
No magic cells?
No
Hmm.
magic, yeah.
No magic. Only sad. Rosalind's gonna ham bone. Do you know what that is?
Nope.
It's basically just very extreme body percussion.
All right. So what are you guys doing? You guys have been sitting here, and one of the jailers walks over and says, "Your bail has been set. 2,000 amongst the four of you."
2,000? And
Uh,
are you
I
like
guess it wouldn't be bail, but your total fine.
Oh, that's a little bit better, I guess.
500 per person.
Pretty much.
So, what will we be doing while we wait for our bail to be posted? Or our fine
Guards!
to be set?
Gods, are there any instruments? Do you have any?
I don't have any instruments.
Oh, well, that's a wait, well, that's a little bit of a
Most
shame.
prisoners who are here long term tend to make their own. Then again, some resort to playing the skin flutes, so who am I to judge?
Okay.
Rosalind's like, what's that?
She just chuckles and continues doing her rounds.
Guys?
Oh, you don't need to know, tall boy.
Everyone roll for dick size.
So now, after you guys have been tormented in jail, we'll flip back to hopefully a rescue attempt for you guys.
Alright, there we go. I got it, and I'm all set.
And
Oh.
Alvin,
You
I
guys
believe we
move.
were on your decision.
I was not dealing with this shit. I will send back the message, the message response to Marks to come back to the boat, as I'm going to be going out myself.
All right.
Well, I'll escort him.
I'm not going out as Alvin, though.
Okay, I'll still escort you because I'm currently not out as Marks.
You would see, instead, when you reach the boat, you do not see Alvin, you see Captain Ferdinand.
Also,
As I use disguise self to change what I
Derek,
look like.
not Derek, Pevernil, you do have the music box.
Oh, can I use it?
You could use the music box. It plays a deathly haunting song.
Okay. Well,
This
I'll
is
return to the boat.
This is definitely not at all related to anything. Can I just investigate it while I'm there?
Sure, I'll tell you can roll privately and I'll text message you. Go ahead, Mark Samuel.
So I would recognize that there's someone new on the boat. Who may you be?
Oh, but yeah, it's Alvin, but I've changed who I look like now. How you doing? I'm the captain of the mercenary guild currently. I thought someone who I trust pretty much with a lot of information would probably be best to show up as.
Fair.
'Cause, I'll keep it honest. I'm done taking shit from people. So I want
Fair.
to talk to them in person.
I will escort you the way,
Let's head on over.
and I'll pass you the letter and your money, which is currently missing 10 gold
Okay.
All right.
because I bribed.
Yes.
So as we return to the restaurant,
Okay.
I'll be like, we're back to see Mr. Starch.
Those return visits are twice as expensive, especially when there's twice as many guests.
Do you want to get in the way of potential more business for Mr. Starch?
That's business for Mr. Starch, not business for me.
Okay, I will make sure that, or unless you want to interject.
The person who's interjecting in front of us. What is it? What do they look like?
Looks like a well-dressed, well-kept, doesn't really have to work too often, and the reason that they work here is because they don't have to work.
Actually, they're just going to go to sleep. Nap time.
Why do you have a sleeping roll?
Dispel.
Yeah, she'll fall asleep. And smashes her head against her
No, I will go to catch her.
dexterity.
Acrobatics, save.
Just dexterity. Yeah, you're able to grab her and lower her slowly to the ground.
Good night for the next minute. I believe that's problem solved.
For the time being. Go to knock on the door where the Starch member is.
All right. So the door is closed.
What's the lead of the mercenary?
Captain Ferdinand.
Ferdinand?
Yes.
Okay. And he's trusted by the Alvin, right?
Correct.
Okay, sorry, it's just I'm gonna have to introduce you, so Ferdinand. Okay. So we'll knock on the door.
Back again. Do you have
Yes,
an
this
agreement?
I have someone who's able to speak in regards to the agreement.
Okay. Come in.
By the way, I may have knocked out your person up front. She was being a pain.
She is quite a bitch that sometimes.
Yeah, she'll be up in
Unfortunately,
about
my
30
mother-
seconds.
Fortunately, my mother-in-law just had to have her daughter get the real job. And of course, I'm the one to deal with it.
Yeah, she'll be waking up in about 20 seconds from now.
Can you make it last longer?
Unfortunately, not unless I recast it on her. That or injure her.
Don't hurt. Oh my god, the fucking tongue lashing I'd get from my bitch-in-law.
Fair. I don't have any narcotics on me unless, no, I don't. So, unfortunately.
If you really wanted her to get a real job, she could join the mercenary group, but that's just my opinion. By the way, Captain Ferdinand, head of the
He's
Alvin's
one of-
assistants.
He shakes.
Unlike me, he is able to speak in regards to agreements and actually set up agreements.
Do you have the documents showing you do in fact speak for Alvin?
Do I? Would I have been able to easily make some of those?
I mean,
Before-
you are Alvin, so
Yeah,
I
so
mean, you'd know how to make them.
yeah, I'd pull those out. Speak in representation. There you go.
All right. So you decided to accept our agreement.
I'm here to discuss the agreement.
And what problem do you have with our agreement?
5 years. You want 5 years of untaxed running of restaurants.
You see, it helps us offset the cost of catering to such unsophisticated clientele for that long. We feel We'll bring in good business within 5 years. We'll bring in some new people to your town. In fact, our restaurants are known world over. I feel like 5 years untaxed to get the clientele we tend to experience in places like this is not such a large time.
Man, that's just classist right there.
Oh yeah.
So, you're asking. Do you expect him to cover upfront cost?
No, we would never let someone else build our establishments. We have a certain standard that we wouldn't expect to find in that sort of city.
Really?
Oh my god, someone who's not making him pay.
Really? Alan is really holding back to do something to this man right now.
Good, because that I'm hoping to draw reactions.
It's like I just need the last until they give me their shit.
So,
And then
Should I start writing up a contract?
yeah, start writing up a contract, but I want to see. 5 years.
Okay.
Things have already started to make a shift in the city. How about, would you be willing to go down to 4?
We could do 4, but all meals ordered to the royal manor and to the country estate would be exclusively through my restaurants.
All meals ordered?
All. Wife, children, dignitaries. Anything ordered to all food served to either of those houses comes from us. We will, of course, provide this service complimentary.
Well, if they're complimentary, I see no problem with that. I think we can write up an agreement. 4 years, all meals served within the royal estate and the head manor.
Yeah, so yeah, the
Are
place
sold.
where Terry lives and the place that you guys fucking murdered people at.
I'm going to
Including
rip
the
up
Fight
this
Club,
contract.
which is what's gonna matter, but
I'm gonna rip up that contract and start over.
alright.
I'm gonna rip this one up because I'm trying to imitate Alvin's handwriting.
And you guys start hearing this.
I'm running out of paper.
Just
There we
random
go.
bards in the streets. You just faintly hear this.
That's from our propaganda.
Perhaps.
Okay, so after ripping up 3 of my pages, the 4th one, I look at it, I show the captains, like, good enough?
Works for me.
And it's all in your handwriting.
Yep.
I will present the contract to Mr. Starch.
He signs it. It's been a pleasure doing business with you. We will deliver this letter for you.
Much obliged. Hey, quick question. Would you mind? I'm just wondering. You've all this commotion going on out here. I've been sitting on a boat. What's going on?
Ah, yes. A small army, from what I've heard, rented out a forge to fight the dogs for some reason. We had a precarious peace. It kept the peasants in line, honestly. We weren't too affected here in the upper crust. And even those that were murdered, I mean, they were barely better than hedge knights anyways. And they caught 3 of the 6 responsible. They did levy quite the fine. I mean, It's nothing compared to a day's take here, but 2,000 gold is nothing for peasants like them to sneeze at, or so I'm told.
Yeah. Well, that is. Thank you for telling me. I'd just like to be informed. But yeah, I'll inform the mayor about the business deal. He'll be happy to hear it.
It's a pleasure doing business with you.
And I'll write up a shitty version just for him to keep.
All right.
Just so that he has a copy of the contract.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, so you guys have done that. You've made a contract. You now know what bail is. We can discuss back on the ship with the people that are here what you guys want to do.
All right. Issued bail's 2,000 gold.
Wow.
That's
What do you
if
think, bargain?
well, if things goes as planned, the letter should be going to the mayor,
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
and
but
hopefully we. Oh, go ahead.
it's probably best that we do get this whole thing with them cleared to cover all of our fines, because we don't exactly want people to. I don't need to have a bad name in my hometown, but from what I've heard, it seems that the nobles are a little bit more angry with us than it is the common people. The class that I'm born from. Because the wolves and dogs were used as an oppression tactic.
I think meeting with the mayor is probably because the thing is we can bail them out, yes, but the three others are still going to be wanted.
That's
Why not?
true.
Why not kill two birds with one stone with them meeting at the mayor? Hopefully, we should hear word soon.
Yeah, of course. We'll have to see in the end, but
Did you say to send? Where did it say to send a response to?
I would put it to the ship because of the fact that we have people. No, would I put it to the ship? Where do you guys want it to go to?
All the trouble people are on another ship, are they not?
Okay, yeah, that's true. They're on the little ship. Yeah, this is the ship at port that we're here.
Well, technically, Shraga took the big ship.
Yeah, technically
Okay.
That's
everyone's
his
on
ship,
this
and
ship over
he's a
here.
troublemaker
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, we're on this. Cornwall's going over there. And where is Bargain? Okay, there's Bargain.
Yep.
I just need to know where Bargain is to put Jonesava with him. Cornwall's actions have put him as a troublemaker for the time being, and Alvin makes sure that he goes with Shraga. All right. So, well, I would have them bring it out to the harbor. Send response
Okay.
out to the harbor.
So there would be an audience extended to Alvin, and Alvin alone.
Oh, how wonderful.
You are allowed to bring up to 4 butlers.
Butlers.
Am I gonna have to get changed again? Is this not proper butler attire?
I'm not exactly sure what they mean by butlers.
Like
to be
servants,
honest.
like
Servants. Oh boy.
non-combat staff would be the way to
I
put
mean-
it.
I mean, I'm disguised at the moment, so I don't look combat ready.
Yes, but you also, well, it depends. Do you look like a servant or do you look like a blue collar person?
I mean, I I can definitely change my look to be a little bit more servanty, but I mean, even a blue collar person could be a servant.
I mean, you guys can describe how you look, and it will play out accordingly.
I mean, I would look less classy than Alvin on purpose, just
Yeah, there are varying degrees of what's going to happen depending on what you guys can do.
I mean, it's gonna be very hard to look as classy as Alvin because I think I have like a $500 gold outfit on now. Is what was purchased for me. Anybody wears.
yeah. I would look like an upper class, like a
Did your
more
wife buy that
like
for you?
Yes, she bought me the outfit because she thought my original outfit was not expensive enough, and I'm like, an 100 gold outfit is not enough, and then she upgraded it to 500 gold, and I'm like, okay,
Well, there
sure.
you go. Damn, Terry coming in handy again.
I would look like a leader of servants. Would probably be the best way to
The
describe
head
me.
maid.
Yeah, head butler.
Yeah.
So who else is going? You can have up to 4 people.
Does anyone else have capabilities of looking like? Because I have extra fancy clothes that you could put on. You just would have to leave all weapons behind.
I guess I could.
I would
mean,
stash a dagger, but that's about it.
I don't carry daggers. I'm not a small princess.
Alvin's like pulls out a dagger and he's like, I take offense to that.
Okay, princess.
Okay, princess.
But I would leave my rapier behind. Actually, you know what? No, I don't need fucking weapon. I have magic. Never mind. I'm not gonna stash a dagger.
Would anyone else like to partake in this venture? Everyone else is on the other boat except for, well, we have Bargain here. Does Bargain want to come?
Bargain would sigh and be all grumpy about it, and he would mutter that he's not going to dress up like some damn servant, but he'll pretend,
if you're dressed up as a
to be a bard that's following you around specifically.
Yeah, so Alvin is not forcing you to look like you don't have to look like a servant as long as you look like a non-combatant. You're fine.
Yeah, so he'll just leave his swords behind, and get his guitar out, and then he'll say he'll only go if Gonzalvo's going also.
John Salva's like, I don't have fancy clothes. And one does not have fancy clothes. And Alvin immediately hands him a bunch of different clothes. Like, I've got plenty. Six sets of clothes, to be honest. Take your pick. And John Zalva would get dressed up. And John Zalva looks like the description of like a new hire that was kind of a pity hire because he doesn't know how to put the suit on properly. So it's all messed up in certain parts.
We're gonna say 5, so 5 servants just for convenience sake.
5 servants?
Yes.
That's 4 that are already set up to go. Who else do we need?
Matt.
Matt's number 4. Because it's me and 4 servants.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, no, we're fine.
And I will fill out a documentation to have a full discussion with them as far as trade goes. And why isn't Callion here? Damn it.
Plus, if you need me to write anything on the spot, let me know. I do have forging kit.
You don't need to exactly forge any of the documents. I am the mayor. I can write the documents myself.
No, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, if you're in discussion and you just need to continue the discussion without always looking down at a paper for proper etiquette, you can pass on to me. At that point, I wouldn't forge it in your handwriting. I just did that in that case, in the previous case, because, like, you weren't there.
Yes. And then, no, it's because Alvin wants to make sure he has the full gold payment to cover charges. But
you can take it. I mean, it was your money to begin with. Callion would not stop you from taking your own money to begin with.
Okay. So I will acquire the proper amount to make sure I have 2,000 gold pieces on me.
All
So
right.
that would be. I'm going to subtract that from the pool, and that's going to be 1,073 gold pieces. So that should put us at 2,900 and because that's leaves 52.48. Okay. 2,948. All right. And I will go to the meeting.
All right. So you approach in. You see servants and guards stretched out to either side, probably about 10 to each side. They look. They range from what looks like spellcasters to swordsmen to a few axe wielders. You see servants scurrying about, and you see the mayor, rather rotund, sitting on a rather plush throne.
Thank you for your meeting, Mayor Hufflebottom.
Here you have trade to do with me.
Yes. Establishing trade between these two cities is one of the best things we can do.
But what would... And he's eating a chicken leg. A sound like Seyfalls have to deal with for us.
What would Seyfos have to deliver?
Especially since most of your trade has taken up residence here.
Are you speaking of Eduardo?
Of course. Why should that trade stop just because it needs to leave one city?
Well, by all means, you can take the trade that Eduardo likes to establish yourself. I have no problem with that.
Which leads us back to what the Seyfalls have to offer.
How fares your weapons and armor?
We do well enough. A city of mages, it's never hard to find someone willing to cast an enchantment on a blade. As I recall, I believe your lineage does just that.
Yes. I am aware that my father is here. Oldar is very good at what he does. So you are in need of that.
A very dour young dragonborn. And he snaps his hands together, and servants rush out with glasses of wine for each of you and your servants.
Bargain
I
drinks
will
his like a shot.
refuse.
So those who drank it need to make 2 separate Constitution saves that are not Elven. If you drink it Elven, you would only need to make 1. And okay, so bargain. This is the cheapest, awfulest, nastiest, basicest wine, and you have the strong compulsion to spit it out immediately. You have to spit it out in some fashion. You can try and make rolls to do it in whatever fashion you want to do it.
Just keep in mind those rolls is a 10 and a 13.
Yep. Also, you're a little teeny bit drunk.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't think he'd try to hide it at all. I think he'd fucking just spit it straight up, and I think he'd try to vaporize it as it comes out. But he would have no problem in being like, "Thanks for the vinegar."
Your Jester appears to have a problem with our wine. Alvin, the wine you had tasted like elixir.
That is because I believe someone pissed in my glass.
Maybe
And they
piss
should
is all
see
you
a
deserve. A bard should know his place.
Oh, believe me, sir. I
Oh, yeah. Alvin's a bard as well.
do. Mm-hmm.
Oh no, is Seyfall's gonna go to war?
Forget the jailbreak, guys. We just straight up declared
Worst
war.
case scenario, Marks does have a good stealth to try to break people.
Keep in mind, this is the mayor of an arcane city. He's probably protected pretty well against anything we can throw at him as level 7 characters.
Yeah. Plus, we don't have much of an army at Seyfall's.
And
We
there's
have
at least 20
mercenaries.
soldiers in the room with you.
Let's not.
The standing
send-
army is only a strength of can only challenge up to a strength of CR 50 right now.
I will send a message to Bargain, just basically saying, don't start a war. Thank you very much.
All you get back is a chuckle and him going, "Oh, he is not worth the time." But it's like a really evil chuckle.
We can execute him another day. Just not today.
So, now that you've had the wine and your disrespect, actually, make him leave. I no longer want to see him.
Would you be so kind? I will speak with you later. And you get a message, Bargain, saying, I do apologize. I hate him as much as you do right now.
I did not even want to get out of bed today. And with that, he turns around. He shoulders his guitar, but he takes his jaw harp out and he plays some really discordant notes on his way
No,
out.
that was a message, so he
No,
doesn't hear.
no. The fact that you asked him, the way you asked him, as he snickered at it.
Oh. My whole, would you please leave? I will speak with you later.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Bargain's all chill with that.
Yeah,
He does wink at Jinsalva on the way out.
Yeah, no, we were I was talking about the mayor's reaction to the way that you asked. He asked you. Not not Bargain's reaction. So, yeah.
Wow. Well, it seems that I was a fool, and in this, I guess I should establish something better, and I don't know if I have really anything to offer to you due to the fact that you have Eduardo's trade, and the amount of drugs that is produced in the town. I don't think you want those. They are only necessary for the krakens that I keep with me.
You are young yet, though. I'm sure with your ingenuity, perhaps in a few years you'll have something to offer. Never burn a bridge.
Precisely. I do hope that we can discuss this on a later date, when I have something more to offer you. But I do have one other fragment of business, if you don't mind.
And what is that?
I hear that there was troubles with the dogs in the city.
Yes, although I do believe we managed to weaponize them fairly well.
Of course. But I think I know some of the people who are locked up. And if it would be so kind, I will pay for their release and the damages of the city.
I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal.
Of course.
They can go for free. Pardons for all. In fact, I will make it known that you are actually the heroes of the city. And there's something in it for Safe Falls, too. I will establish trade through Eduardo, who will receive a pardon in turn. I feel like one pardon for 6 is not so many.
So Marx knows about Eduardo now.
Yep.
He's biting his tongue at the moment.
You can see Alvin is thinking this over, but
Marx will walk up to Alvin and be like, I'm going to excuse myself and walk out of the room.
rather rude. And I say that out loud, and I send a message to you. It's like, I have to maintain the position of the mayor. Please do not take any of my comments legitimately.
I reply, understood, and then I'll send a message saying, Eduardo's dead. As in, like, he's going to kill him right here and now.
I don't see a problem with pardoning Eduardo. Especially due to the fact that I have cut ties with the person who originally wanted him dead in the first place. So I will write out the document for his pardon.
All right.
I don't want to guarantee his safety, though.
So if Eduardo does not die and this comes to fruition, it would be plus 1% additional revenue from the drug trade per year for the first 10 years.
Okay.
And then it would stay level at that point.
All right.
Then I believe you can collect your heroes from the jail cells, and he hands you a parchment and then stamps it.
Thank you. And I'll quickly pull out my own documentation and write it up rapidly. Eduardo weren't as great on terms on our last meeting, so here's this if you would like. Would you prefer me to deliver this to him, or?
I will get it across to my business associate. He's rather, how should I say, paranoid now, and he's accumulated quite a host of mercenaries, arcane and otherwise, to protect against, from what I gather, the same bitch who blew up our, the Valdronian trade empire.
Yes. And she's the exact person that I've cut ties with because she forced me to take a portion of my city. But now that she has disappeared and her dragons are gone, I have no reason to fear her.
From what I've heard from Eduardo, if you can't account for her position, and she has some reason to have problems with you, you should never rest carefully.
I never rest carefully in the first place. Such as being the mayor of Safe Falls. I thank you for your time, Mayor Hufflebottom.
And then he just kind of says away with you, and you guys leave. And you guys, I have now retrieved Voltaire, Derek, and you can tell them how you retrieved them.
I have, you guys have been freed because, I just made a deal. Your pardon for, and actually our status of heroes of this town in the return of pardon of someone else.
Ulvrek, what did you do to get us thrown in jail?
I didn't do anything to get you thrown in jail.
They threw me in jail, and it wasn't my fault this time. I didn't hit anyone. I didn't steal any goats. I didn't break into a bar. I didn't try to throw vampires off of a wall. I didn't kill anyone. They just looked at me and Rosalind and Pavernal and Derek and just threw us in jail.
Due to the destruction of the city that occurred because of our rabble-rousing with the dogs.
We only destroyed one building, though.
The dogs went further out and destroyed more buildings.
That wasn't our fault.
Then that
I
seems
and then I
problem
send a
should have had with
message
dogs.
to each one of you individually, and you receive, though I suspect this may have been an assassination attempt upon other people to remove certain figures. You hear that via message, each one of you. I send it individually. I pardon Eduardo and Cephos in order to free all of you, as well as to establish and continue trade through the city of Emir and obtain less of a villainization and more of a heroship in this city. So we don't have everyone thrown out of another city.
And you hear that song again, and now everyone's singing it, and everyone's lauding you guys as heroes. The one that Bargain sang originally
Yes.
is now turned into an anthem of the heroes.
Oh, would you look at that?
The dogs are dead. Lost
So
their
is
pets and
Alvin
house.
stopping Marks at all?
You would hear I would send a sending to you because you're most likely too far away at this point, and I'll tell you, Marks, let us regroup before we do anything.
Okay. Well, at this point, I think I still would have done what we did better, but I would go back to the ship afterwards.
Yep, you could have done that.
Come, let's all return to the ship and inform everyone of the news.
Everyone's pardoned and everyone's a hero. Yay!
Yeah.
And you saved 2,000 gold.
Yep.
But Alvin had to further compromise his morals.
When Alvin gets back to the boat, he goes, "Please excuse me for a moment," and walks underneath the deck, and you hear him smash his head into a barrel.
Roll strength.
I don't expect to do anything here.
Roll a d8.
Okay.
You take 2 damage.
Excellent. That's precisely what I was looking for.
And a
The
trickle of
boy-
blood runs down your forehead.
We have been pardoned in the city, and we are now regaled as heroes here.
Really? I mean, that seems a little. Hold on, just a second. Wait, that seems a little bit extreme, but if that's what they think, then I'm not gonna fight with it.
An established trade has actually been made inside the city of Cephos as well with Emir.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I have only had to sign away a bit of my soul.
Excuse me, what?
I had to pardon someone who I am grown a bit of a distaste to.
Once Elrid finds
Oh,
out, you're not
pardons only last as long as they're alive, right?
Why don't we call the other ship here before we discuss anything like that?
That's when I will show up at the boat at this point because I was not there to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
If you're talking about going to kill Eduardo, it probably wouldn't be best at the moment. The ship seems to be heavily fortified.
He isn't hired a large amount of mercenaries, as Mayor Hufflebottom has informed me.
Yeah,
But it is what it
a
is.
lot of mercenaries, some strong ones from what I can tell as well.
I will say this: I am most likely part of the reason that has occurred. The last time Eduardo showed up on, was it last time Eduardo was in Safe Falls?
Mm-hmm.
I may or may not had made him believe that Rashok was mocking him for death.
So if we take Rorschach out of the picture, then he would let his guard down, and then we go for the kill.
Here's the problem.
What did Rorschach do with this?
Rashok destroyed a lot of the markers of the Nova Stayan Church because she was enslaved by them mentally by
that
a
was-
Illithid.
Then I didn't see the problem. I mean,
She
we
has
have to-
one negative with me. She enslaved 3 dragons' minds in return.
Oh, I can see how that'd be a problem.
In which the dragons then turned against me after they broke free, as they were going to destroy safe holes for my inaction of freeing them, and therefore we had to turn against them and kill them.
Hold
had
on,
to
I
s-
actually need to look up this thing real quick. Hold on. Just a sec.
Also, 100% plot convenience. Alvin, you were lent a boat for 1 year in assistance of establishing the trade,
Excellent!
which is just surprisingly just the right
What-
size so that every party
Oh.
can break up after Monday.
Wouldn't that be Wouldn't that be a Roko's basilisk situation there? I mean,
Yeah, kind of.
they attacked you for not doing anything to help them, but
And then I attacked them back and ended their existence.
Yeah, but,
Despite
like,
the fact that wasn't what I wanted to do.
you also had like nothing to go for it. Like you had no idea, so I don't know.
Well, I
Yes.
might have had an idea if it wasn't for the fact that I was forced to go drink with people after the end of the war. I hope, and Alvin is absolutely hoping that Thalrak's
Well, that
ears
would-
are
that'd
burning
probably
because
be
he after
Big
hearing
big
saying that.
thing.
Because the whole reason Alvin didn't get to go check on the dragons to see if anything was wrong with them in the first place was because Thalrak cast Dispel Magic and Hold Person on me, forcing me to go drink with him. Ah! I was trying so hard to talk to the dragons. This was so avoidable. So much of this.
It's always avoidable, but you can't.
I think this
I mean,
episode
on D&D.
has taken a turn. I did not know that we were going to be giving pardons out to. I didn't know people were going to go to jail. I didn't know we were going to be giving pardons out to Eduardo, but I didn't know we were going to be getting this deep into the underbelly because apparently Emir is just run by various mob bosses at this point.
That seems to be like half the towns that we go to nowadays.
That's
Can
the
I-
problem when you don't have
Like
set
before the
kingdoms
whole
and
Safe
kings and
Falls
stuff.
Reformation,
That's
and
true.
even now, kinda,
And it's
it
all
was just owned by rich people,
well, and, if
and
you
then
think about
Emer
it,
is owned by rich people.
well, yes, it seems to be that the most common ruling is a mayor who is only direct blood, and then if the direct blood is killed, then there's an election, and then that person is direct blood forever until that seems to be the common ruling system prevalent in the world of Husqvarna, because of course it is. I don't know.
Well, and it works.
capitalism, it's
If
fine.
every single city and major power is fractured by the various
is.
powers within it, then nobody can arm themselves and go to war against their neighbor and consolidate. So,
Yep.
I mean, if fucking Alvin does a good job, he could turn into a fucking warlord and eventually become king.
You could.
That is true.
You could take over the known world. Like this is
After-
fractured.
Bro,
No,
this
after
is
there are
literally just
alliances.
works in 40k. They could be the strongest people ever, but they're
After-
just infighting way too much.
Yeah, after hearing what's meeting with the mayor of Emir, Alvin had no real intention to expand except for the one city above us because they sent assassins in there, and I don't like that. And so now that he's heard the mayor, Alvin might want to look to become Alvarak the Great in the end. He wasn't intending to do that in the first place.
Fucking Terry's gonna love that.
Yeah, Terry's got big ambitions.
I will say this:
Well-
I'm about ready to. I have almost inflicted myself with lockjaw, and I want to smash my head against everything I see. But I have to make compromises to not only ensure the safety of all of you, but the betterment of my city. As I have started with what was remains of a destroyed place, and I have I have to make my best to rise it up as much as I can.
You actually just got 2 huge booms to your city today.
I
that
did.
I did not plan for. That's because
So-
we had to find the restaurant mafia, and I had to figure out what they would want.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, how Paverno's just gonna hold out his bow? I understand this isn't really much for a cause of concern, but considering that we're probably going to be going a little deeper from now on, should I just move to sword slinging? Sorry, I understand this is about your town right now, however...
John Zava will walk up to you.
Whoa,
Does
whoa, whoa.
one require a new arm?
Paverno's gonna hold out his stump, which has skin on the end of it now. It's like... Will it hurt?
It will hurt you and me and one.
Yes. I don't really understand. Are you gonna spank me? Am I going to be your child now, or?
You are going to temporarily have a piece of me attached to you.
Is this what he's gonna turn to Derek and he's gonna be like, is this what people do? Is this what people do in the brothels?
That is
I didn't really know.
Maybe it'd be better off with the tea.
Did you ask
See?
Derek?
Yeah.
Yeah, I asked Derek. He's like, is this how people sex? Essentially.
What the fuck makes you think that guy goes to the brothel?
I don't know.
One
You're
is not.
lonely, I guess.
One is not committing a sexual act. One is spreading his own mutation to you, friend Paverno. It is controlled, but it will hurt.
I might be able to do something, but it would take longer. Given the right tools, I could make an arm, but
I think
Saurak would need to
So
make it work.
anybody who was on the boats all day and not in audiences is now feeling sunburnt for some reason. And also you're starting to see some fish float up dead to the surface.
Should we go inside? I'm starting to get a little burnt.
Why does it feel so hot out here?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's summer, so that might be it.
Yes, but if you look in the water, fish don't just float up dead.
I think we should go inside, though.
Bargain at that leans over from the crow's nest and goes, "What was that about dead fish?"
Oh, hi, Bargain. I must apologize for my words earlier.
Worry not, my friend. Worry not.
I must say it sickens me always to appease to the high noble class.
Hmm.
But you
I
have
would not
to,
necessarily call him high or noble.
They all call themselves that, but they end up not being being so.
I do believe I have had that man's piss in my mouth now. That was
What
disgusting.
the fuck?
I'm very
Excuse me. What has happened?
A
while
lot
I
has
was
happened
gone?
while you were not here.
I was playing the fucking lute. No,
Morgan,
sorry, not
Morgan slides down.
Scottish.
He's like, not real piss, young man. Not
Oh.
real piss. Simply vinegar that passes
I'm a
as
li-
wine.
I'm a little I do be a little bit concerned. Was it sir?
Was it
sir?
what now?
Was the vinegar piss sir?
No, it was wine. It was vinegar pretending to be wine, which I likened to the man's piss. For the man was as sour and disgusting as the wine he served.
That's what I said. I said sour. Sour. I'm saying sour in an Irish accent.
Also, real
You're
quick,
absolutely not saying that word correctly, son. You should see a speech therapist.
the heroes are Alvin,
Oh, shit.
not Magni, Voltaire.
Oh,
It's the 6 that were implicated are the heroes.
so the
Wait,
implicated
6 that were
are...
implicated?
Yeah, because it was never discussed that the group was larger.
This is not what I wanted.
I'm sorry, I didn't bring that up.
So it's Derek, Voltaire, Alvin, Pavarnal, Rosalind, and Ikarath are all the town heroes.
Alright, yeah.
I didn't walk my
I feel like
father wrong.
Shraga
I
would
was
be on that
here.
list as well.
Oh, yeah,
simply
Shraga
because
is
he was
too.
petting the dog.
Oh yeah, Shraga too.
I can't believe that I'm famous now in Seoul.
Fine.
Also, I am getting sniped by people who are 700 levels above me in Battlefield 5, and I'm upset.
Lovely.
Sorry.
So I send Sending to the other boat to come back to harbor so that everyone can discuss things together.
Shraga would take the boat into harbor then.
All right.
So yes, there is an offer on the table, Pavernal. If you would like your arm back now, John Zalva can give it back to you.
And 1 loot point to Pavarnal from Cool Demon.
Oh, thank you.
I
Pavernal
can't pay for another one.
Pavernal will take the arm, I guess.
Magni.
He's got like a little nub thing going on. It looks like it's been growing fast.
Okay, so
Magni. Magni offered to make a metal arm, but he couldn't make it magical because he's just a normal one. He said
Actually,
it'd take a lot longer because he'd have to get Thalrak to figure something out or hire a mage or something. But he could make the metal part of the arm if he had a forge and metal, obviously.
See, but would it be better? Like, I don't know. It would feel weird because. Yeah, you know what? I will take the cancer arm. I will take the cancer.
So, I'm basically we're going to be splitting this. Your max HP is going to be dropping down to 6 by 6. By 6, not down to 6. So you lose 6 max HP, and we each both get a cancer for a week.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll my cancer.
My arm would have been fine for a week, but all right.
So 72. We're both getting the unless Meta wants us to roll 2 different cancers. It's usually just the same.
It can be the same.
Okay. So let me grab that cancer. That should be here. Classes.
Everybody who's not the 2 of them, please roll con saves.
Why?
Because I can imagine this is not a visually appealing process.
Yeah, you would see pieces of my skin is starting to slide off.
Anybody who rolls
arm.
under a 13 needs to puke in whatever manner you determine.
Should I also roll for that? Since it's happening to me.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. Thank you, Ross, for having a +7 con save.
Okay, so are you ready for this, Paverna?
Hold on. I am getting my con saves rolled. Cancer me.
For the next every hour for the next week, randomly, so during each hour of the day for the next week, a random small creature will come flying out of our mouth.
I could have just grown my arm back in a week, and I have to deal with this.
Yep.
I'm ripping off my fingers, I hope you know.
Why
I'm
are
gonna
you
do that despite you.
Why are you ripping off
You
fingers?
accepted the gift.
Yeah, no, I can regrow fingers and teeth.
But that's not
I-
yours yet, so you can't regrow
True.
those until it's integrated after a week.
Yeah, because
Oh.
you're currently using a piece of
I'm
John
using your
Zalva.
meat.
You're using part of John Zalva is now attached to you, and
Yep.
you're under that effect.
Okay, well then I will not break off the fingers.
Yes, bad plan.
Okay, but I'm just... What does the arm look like, by the way? I want you... Also, he vomits. He vomits and a bug flies out, I guess. I want you to describe to me, what does this arm look
Okay,
like?
so the arm looks, for the most part, perfectly fine, except one part of it.
Yeah.
You would notice that the arm that you currently have is because it's going to be a mimicry of John Zalva's arm. Until your arm is fully taken back into place, you see lacerations across the arm from old scars, and the wrist on the arm is highly damaged. As it looks like, as you can see, that is where John Zalva had 40 years of lockup.
Oh, this
I
is
imagine it looks
definitely...
like this. This is a beautiful drawing of your arm.
So you
This
see
is-
all these scars. So you basically have a copy of my arm now.
Where did you post it?
It's right there on the map.
Oh. Oh yeah, okay, beautiful, beautiful rendition.
I thought it was
Beautiful Ron
delightful.
Davies of his arm, by the way.
You see that, like you see a scarred up arm and the wrist that seems severely damaged over years of shackles.
We're gonna go with it was shackles causing severe wrist damage.
Yep.
You got it.
But okay,
So you have a copy of my arm for the time being.
I'm gonna...
But on top of that, if we share in the pain of our random creatures flying out of our randomly during an hour. Oh, and Meta, by the way, you can you get to determine what creature and when.
A moth right now. From
I'm
both
just
of you
imagining-
simultaneously. You're linked. It happens at the exact same time.
I'm just imagining a very colorful moth from the Feywild just flies out of my mouth like...
No, but it's a gray moth, but it is about the size of your fist.
Oh!
And it just worms its way out of your mouth. Like, remember that scene from Harry Potter when the spell
No.
backfired and the slugs were coming out? Think like that, but with a moth.
Oh!
Argon immediately walks up to John Zalva and says, "Oh dear, you've given yourself the hiccups again, have you not?"
One has done so.
Oh.
But here's
We'll be back 1 second. Sorry, restroom.
there's one upside about this that I need to tell you about.
Okay.
Because you are now linked to John Zalva for this week, I can use my regeneration ability on you instead.
Okay.
So
That's
I can
actually kind of good.
I can sacrifice hit dice to heal you.
That's actually kind of poggers. I think my boy who's lived in the desert for a hot minute can live with a bit of grossness. Because if you've never seen gangrenous toenails,
Mhm.
this is nothing.
Yeah, it's not like, it depends on your definition. It is definitely gross to look at to see what, because John Zalva often keeps his arm covered so you don't see what it looks like, and now you're actually seeing what John Zalva has to deal with every day of his life. That's his actual. You would see the arm from his old time in being tortured. So.
Yeah. Pavernal is just gonna like try pulling the bow back and all that. He's like, oh no.
It
What?
works fine. You don't. The only thing you have to worry about is when you do, if you're like having to do a big athletics check with your hands, there might be a negative. There might be a negative. That's what Meta has told me.
Okay. But yeah, Pavernal now has a hand.
Derek, you were
And-
saying something?
Oh,
Explain.
actually, wait. You know what I just realized?
Mm-mm.
I don't have to live with just your arm. I can change it.
Yes.
I'm gonna use, because this is the fun part, I'm gonna slide my sleeve over it and cast my disguise
Yeah,
self.
returned.
Oh, hi. So I'm just trying to hide the arm and make it, a little bit more apropos to me. So I'm gonna slide my sleeve, like for my hunter's cloak, over it, and then I'm gonna cast Disguise Self, and then I am going to pull it back, and it'll look just like my arm, except it still has some of the lacerations, but it's the same, skin tone, and it doesn't have the roughness that may be on John Zalvo's.
All right.
I need to write some stuff down.
So what's the next actions that you guys are taking?
I'm going to shoot Fireball at the moth thing.
Why?
Go
Poor
ahead, roll the
moth.
hit.
Okay.
Nobody's ever
Hey.
rolled a nat 1 on anything completely unimportant to the plot line and ever blown up the
Everyone
storyline.
rolls a nat 20 whenever it's something stupid. We know this.
You
Wait,
miss
is
it.
this the one that I just puked?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
miss it. It just flies
thought
harmlessly
that-
off.
I thought that you were about to hit me in the face.
I know so dog magic missile.
I'm just gonna take my bow out and shoot it.
So you
Instead-
have the pick. What is your guys' next course? And you have 3 boats. What is your next course of action?
Wait, we have 3 boats?
Yeah.
Yes, I have been. I've for the first year of establishing trade, Alvin has been given 1 boat in lending,
Okay.
Which we can now use to travel the Isles.
Also, by the way, what is a 20 for shooting the moth?
Poor moth.
It was already out of the way by the time you were able to do that.
Oh.
Um,
I was like, I vomited that thing, it's my kill. Okay. Sorry.
So
I suggest we assess the heat problem going on.
I feel fine, I feel fine. I
It
don't
doesn't-
really know what you're talking about.
It doesn't seem right that fish are just floating up. And can I figure out what's going on here, Meta?
nature and investigation and take the average.
Nature and investigation and take the average. Okay.
Yeah.
It's global warming.
All right. Investigation. 22 and nature. A 14.
And roll Arcana on top of that.
Roll Arcana on top
And
of that.
average all 3 of those together.
Oh, you're really making. me-
Yep, I'm really a dick.
Nat
Oh,
20 on
sorry,
Arcana.
glad I added that
20.
motherfucker in now.
Yep.
Count that as a 40.
Okay, so that's a 40. Oh boy. Okay, so that's a
40 plus
36,
14 plus
76.
22 divided by 3, 25.
Something
25.
magical is fucking with the world, and at this point, it's gotten bad enough that the weather is being affected.
We need to get moving to stop this. The world crystal is being affected really badly. It's time that we discuss all the terms of action and where we need to go. It's a large set of islands, so we're going to need to split between the 3 ships.
Yes, and remember, there's one central outpost. Whoever finds that first, wait, we're going to need someone with the spell sending on each ship, so that way whoever finds it first can contact us. Because rather than have everyone hit each, and once someone finds it, have them alone hit it, we contact the other 2 boats.
I think we only have, at the current moment, 2 people with sending. No. All the clerics
Oh,
can then sending.
wait a minute.
All the clerics have the ability to send.
I have a solution.
I have a solution as well if needed.
Pavernal's gonna rip a molar out, and he's gonna hand it to Alvin. And you can hear my voice in your head now.
Roll.
From anywhere in the
That's
plane.
hard to do. Roll strength.
I-
And dexterity.
Okay.
And add disadvantage for each of
I
them.
love
and then
hex
average
bloods.
them.
So much.
You're pulling your...
You can pull out a tooth, a finger, or
What?
any other small piece,
That's
and
so
you
weird.
can telepathically communicate with people. It's so
Oh,
dumb.
yeah, you're a hex blood. That's right.
In character, y'all don't, but I love it so
Kill
much.
the witch.
What did you say it was, Meta?
Dex and strength at disadvantage. Average.
Oh. Okay, well, I have gingivitis, so... Just kidding. That's gonna be a 14 average.
We're gonna know if you don't manage to get it out, but you do manage to rip the shit out of your gums. Maybe you should start with a different piece that's easier to pull out.
It should be the same amount of ease as pulling my finger off.
Well, you could cut your finger off.
You need me to rip your tooth out, boy.
Uh-huh.
Come
I
here.
can't feel it. Yeah. And I'm just gonna, like, open my jaw wide.
Voltaire reaches his hand there, is going to pull on his tooth with all his might.
Same thing.
Alrighty, I'm gonna pop a
It'd be
ring.
2 nat ones.
He's gonna rage, so his strength is at normal, and then
Yeah.
Dex is at disadvantage.
Just...
Uh-huh.
Oh my
worse.
Once you
god.
slip and punch him in the face. Take 4 damage.
Oh, whoop.
Does
Are
my
you
tooth
okay?
at least come out? Oh.
Well, actually, we could try that. Hold really still.
Roll to hit.
Sorry.
All fights.
Go
tend to
ahead, go
lead-
ahead. Punch the shit out of me.
What's your armor
I was
class?
supposed to be normal.
16.
Okay, roll damage.
Alrighty, one second.
Oh no.
Roll luck.
Which one?
Goji.
Okay.
This. I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna do my cool.
no.
Roll a d12.
I was like, I'm gonna do a cool hex blood thing, and pull my tooth out. So, thank God. It's a 1.
12 teeth blast out of your face across the deck
Oh,
as Voltaire punches the shit out of you.
Okay, just
felt
pick
like
up any
it was
one of
something-
those.
I felt like that it was something personal. If you guys want to pick up my teeth, Meta, would it work for multiple teeth?
I think it would only be for 1.
Okay. I'm gonna pick up the one that I have for my hex thing. And I'm just gonna be like, and I'm just gonna hand it to, I don't know, I'm going with Cairo, so who's not?
Okay.
I don't know. I'll hand it
Cairo,
to someone. Cause
Cairo, take the tooth if you hand it to him.
no, I'm going with Cairo. I need to keep an eye on him.
Cairo
Alright.
has the tooth.
Who?
Pyro takes it. We're good.
Cairo has the tooth.
Oh. Okay. And Kara's just gonna hear in his head of a shit post from someone who lost all of his teeth because he never brushed them.
Alright, so what are our next course of action?
I think this is where we split up.
It is.
It's gonna throw the
Hold on.
You gotta determine what islands you go to.
You're starting to feel better. Pavernal.
Okay.
So,
Meta.
do we have representatives from each party? Yes, Dragon. Yeah, no, yes, correct.
Which way? Like, I realize that boats travel up and down the coast of Bilberch, but would they go? Do ships typically sail from Eber to Forlin, or from Barandor to Dweeport to get around the bad place nobody goes?
Where?
Or are they both open?
Where is the destination city?
Like either way, if somebody wants to go from the continent of Bilberch to the Elf and Dwarf continent, can they go around the bad place nobody goes either way,
Yeah.
or does the bad place extend all the way into the dark part of New York?
It goes into all to the White Islands. Am I in the? Let me flip to the map. Here we go. So,
Like, do ships sail here? Basically,
yes,
is what I'm
they
asking.
do.
Okay, so Shraga would
however-
volunteer.
However, they don't sail in this darker area a lot. Like, ships make it through, but it's bad juju, and a lot of sailors will avoid it unless there's no other option.
So is this island specifically, is that part of the bad place that nobody goes,
This
or
is
just the
not.
numbered islands?
This is just an island that is just, there's nothing really on it. It's just wilderness.
Okay, so Shraga is going to offer to take either the Emer Flitwood or the Dweeport Barandor route, but he doesn't want to go in the middle. So Party 3 will take one of those. Who's the captain of the other two ships?
That's true.
I assume Magni, because he's served time in the Navy.
He was a whaler.
I don't. Pavernal doesn't know anything about sea ships, but he does know about sand vehicles. If that helps. It
So
won't
we
put
have-
like.
Also, real quick, so that we make sure, we need a representative from each party elected right now. So that we
Party
can
3, I will elect Hallion.
Well, no, we gotta
It's
determine.
not
No,
here.
that's here
that's-
because we gotta determine what island
Oh,
you guys
sure.
are each checking out. I'm gonna place you there.
Party 3 is Shraga's. He's the captain of the fucking boat.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are we going? Which one number? Because it's really just a random number. I mean, you can look at shapes and stuff, but
Well, he
I
wants to
guess
stay on
party
the
3
outskirts, so
Yeah, but Shraga wants to stay on the outskirts, so we'll take like 3, 1, 18, and 16.
all right. So we'll start at 3.
Or 5 if the party wants us to start at 5. 5 or 3.
Okay, so this is party 4. So there's no. Okay, party 3 is these guys. We're at 3, and that's not the boat that's there. The boat is. Why is all of my things missing? Oh, because I have a thing on. Oh damn! I just pressed more buttons.
Should we elect Glub Dog because he's a fish person? Should we just be sort of racist
don't-
and assume
Where
he
are the
knows
boats?
ocean?
Well, I mean, are we like sticking with our party?
Yes, we're gonna stick
Okay.
with parties for convenience sake.
uh,
Unless we need some things because of school stuff, in which case we'll say what it is. Swallow is over here.
for some reason they're in party 1. That's why you're probably having
Yeah.
a hard time looking for them.
And we need a third boat, and we need to name
Yep,
the third
boat's
boat.
over here.
That boat's not mine.
Third boat suck my
You,
nuts.
you
Yeah,
won't
it's
have,
rental.
you won't- It's a rental boat, so we can't name it precisely.
We can give it a title for now.
It's rental boat.
So the raging schooner, we now have hit party 1. Where's party 1 going?
I don't know. Where do you think we should go, Magni?
Is Alvin staying in Party 1 for now? Or is Alvin going...
Alvin's going wherever the rental boat goes because it's under his charge.
Okay, so so then it's party 1 and party 4. We have to have rental boat and raging schooner. Which one do you guys choose?
I mean, do we trust Party 2 with the rental boat?
That's true.
You mean party 4?
Party
the
4.
rental boat?
Yeah, that would
Party
make sense.
Yeah.
Party 4 is weird.
So yeah, Alvin will be then on the. Well, so Alvin's going with the rental boat. So whoever party goes with the rental
We'll
boat.
be with
Alvin.
party 1 again.
Yeah. So Alvin's on rental boat.
Party 1, including Alvin, where do we go?
I guess we'll take the other outskirts.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah, the
13,
least
18,
experienced,
11.
the least experienced sailors should take inside because the worst they can do is just find
boat.
the edge of the islands as far as navigation goes. You know, like they can accidentally sail out of the archipelago.
And then party 4 should go where? I think we leave this to Derek.
Derek, our captain, our man, the educated lad.
Derek? Cool demon.
I think he went to go eat.
Okay, then we're gonna leave it to somebody else. Anybody else in that party? So John, I think.
Bargain and Gonzalva wouldn't give a shit.
Okay.
So
like I hate to
Pevernill?
say it's Pevernill.
Alright.
By default, Pevernill in charge of that boat.
Pevernill, the ranger who just ripped out a tooth and lost 12. Let's go to 6. Honestly, let's just work our way up the middle, I guess.
Okay.
And I hate to say it, but if we need help sailing the boat, Ikarath actually has a lot of sailing stuff in his background.
Well, there you
So
go.
between Ikarath and Magni, I think party 1's going to be just fine.
I think this is
Yeah.
going to be interesting because I have some fun little stuff planned because each island is going to basically end up being out of character a one map adventure. And I have some really cool shit planned.
Good.
And you guys have to recap today's session. Been arrested, made deals with a restaurant mafia, made deals with the city of Ymir, pardoned Eduardo. 6 of you became heroes of the city of Ymir, including Alvin and Derek. So their parents who live there are probably pretty proud of them.
And Alvin's getting ready to start his empire soon.
I thought Cornwall
Well,
had the megalomania.
Alvin just wants this stupid system that everyone's running to be gone because he hates the fact that it's basically mafias that run every city he's gone into.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. I mean, at least on the surface, that's how it's run, anyways.
Well, at
That
least
is how it's run, like
Because I
90%
mean,
of the
I
time.
feel like Safe Falls has been guided a bit.
Yeah, and because of the fact that I have close relations with Trevor, I can kind of end Mafia's system and theirs with Trevor's assistance as long as I work hand in close with him. But it's like Alvin's thinking he's just going to set up at the least set up a portal system and merge Ymir and Safe Falls into one place by creating a portal link between the two.
Also, real quick, as a day passed, because this thing has those rolling sections for it, one of them stopped, and the song is slightly less. It's slightly more discordant than before. But no matter what you do, the music box will not stop playing.
My music box. Ah.
But it just one of them
Would-
just stopped spinning for some reason. And
Could someone identify this? Matt,
Ikarath could identify it for you.
Icarus
we
could
be able to-
try.
Well, Ikarath has the identify spell, so beyond
Yes.
that, good luck. But like,
Yes.
he's at least willing to try
Yes.
to cast
Like-
that spell.
I was in a thing that was so suffused with magic that I couldn't really tell what was what. My nose was off.
Yeah, roll your spellcasting stat.
With proficiency or just flat?
Like an attack. It's magical, and it is of the school divination.
Can I try? Can I
Off I
try to
use a
use
music
it?
box, mate.
Like, would I be able to attune to it?
You don't need to attune to it, no.
I don't think you'd have to, but like, If you really
It's
like the
some-
music it plays, I can't make it stop.
It's some kind of prophetic device.
God, why did you let Provernal have this? I understand that I was the only person that bid on it, but
And there's
You bid 2 points, had nothing more than 2 points in any character.
that's true.
this is a little much because Provernal is built around this sort of thing. He's just bad at it.
And there's 5 of those. Only 4 are still spinning.
I will keep that in mind. Thank you. And now I really should have taken more divination spells. I can change it next long rest, I guess.
But the items that are in loot points may be good for combat, or they could be good on their own other things, and you never know what they're gonna be.
It's literally gonna be a jack in a box that just goes on forever and ever and ever and ever, and then it finally pops when we die.
I'm sad that I didn't get the one that Thalrak bidded on.
But you will be in the same party as Thalrak, and once he is able to open it, he may decide to share it with you.
I'm curious what it was because of what based on the information you told me.
It's definitely interesting. You want to know what happened because he got a nat 1?
I know, I saw what happened, and I was like, I'm like half assuming he's like, it's a Moradin scroll, and that's why you bidded on it.
No, what I did is I actually took like 10 different options, one of which was right, and said it's one of these 10 things, of which multiple Moradin options were in there. Yes, so it could have been any one of those 10. I figure that's the worst way you could like if you wanted the worst possible result. It's okay. It's one of these 10 things, and some of them are things you really want. And you got to bid if you want even a chance. I feel like that was the most evil. So that's
It's gonna be a prestidigitation scroll. I just know it.
I know what it is. I know what it most likely is. Just the idea because of what it is, but I won't say until.
I actually think I know. I think I wrote down what. Oh yes, I did write down. It's got an interesting thing that can be done. Also, how we now know that Juilliard Start runs a minor restaurant. 1 loot point to Alvin from Matt.
Hello. Okay.
So, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for playing.
Heck yeah.
A lot happened today that I was not prepared for, even a little bit. I never in my wildest dreams thought that Eduardo would get a pardon from Alvin and begin conducting business again in the city. Did anybody here expect that?
It is going to be the most strained relationship in history.
Well, you best believe if Eduardo even thinks that he can stick a toe back into leadership, that toe is going to be snapped at by a Hydra!
Let's go, Miss Lippy!
And
that's my girl.
With that, we will see all of you viewers hopefully here tomorrow, and some of the people here tomorrow, for when we go back to separate parties, because this was another one of those unexpected, hey, everybody's together for a really long period of time that I wasn't going to know was going to happen. But we're back to split before we come in at the end. We've got a lot of small adventures in the bad place that nobody goes. As the party finds out more and more what's going on, and the world falls further and further into chaos and disarray, as the world gem is threatened, and the party seeks it out to destroy it and build it again with Trevor Martin's help.
I really don't know why we trust him. I really don't.
He's
He is a literal